Vlog is about me getting healthy and finally living my life. Currently, I am 5'3", 290 pounds, which is scarily overweight. I don't think scarily is a word, but it's scarily overweight. So I am considered morbidly or stupid morbidly obese, according to the paperwork that I have. I think my BMI is like, I think it was 50 something. So that's pretty crazy high. I have been overweight basically all of my life, ever since I could remember. So today is June 23rd, which is a Sunday, and on June 28th I am having my first consultation to have weight loss surgery. It's kind of been a long time coming to have this done, so it's not a decision that's been made lightly. And you know, I've heard a lot of people say, well, why don't you just diet and exercise? And I have been on more diets than I can actually remember, and I have probably gained and lost, or lost and gained, I should say, probably hundreds of pounds throughout my life. So you know, at this point, weight loss is not coming to me naturally. I kind of go to extremes and do extreme diets, and then go back to old habits, and you know, and that's just not really realistic or sustainable for the life that I want to lead. So I'm gonna get myself some help. I've got a few reasons why. I mean, I thankfully I don't have any major comorbidities. I don't have diabetes. I don't have heart disease or anything that kind of comes along with being morbidly obese, but it's just a matter of time before those things kind of creep up on me. So you know, so, but this is gonna follow my journey. I've been going to the gym anywhere from 3 to 5 times a week. I've been doing strength training and cardio. Strength training is actually a little easier for me because I get a little more sore, but at the, you know, while I'm doing it, it's not as difficult. It's not as difficult on my body. So I actually prefer weights versus cardio, because when I start you know, really doing a lot of heavy duty cardio, my chest starts to really hurt. And so you know, with time that'll kind of subside, and I've had some EKG testing and everything, so I know that my heart is healthy, so I know it's okay for me to exercise. And you know, that chest pain and discomfort is probably just, you know, well, me not being used to it, and but it's discomforting to the point where you know, I would rather do different exercises and get my blood flow in a different way than making my heart rate go 140 beats a minute. So but I work out with my son fairly often, who's 13, and he's overweight as well. And then I have an 8-year-old daughter who is overweight. So and then of course my husband, who's not overweight. He was overweight in the past, but he was able to lose some weight through other means, and has been able to keep it off for a couple of years now. So I mean, we kind of all in our family have struggled with this weight. And my mom actually passed away in 2016 due to obesity-related diseases. She had diabetes. She had a heart attack when she was 53. So, when she died, I was her caregiver. Or I was her caregiver before she died, and she went to the hospital for a month prior to passing away. But prior to her going into the hospital, she had stopped breathing because of COPD, and she had an autoimmune disorder called myasthenia gravis, which made expelling CO2 more difficult than average. Like when you breathe out, you're breathing out the CO2, and she wasn't really able to expel that CO2 like a normal person would, so she kind of built up, and she stopped breathing. And I was talking to the 911 dispatcher, and he said, well, I need you to move her to the floor to a firm spot. And I tried with all my might, every single thing I could do to move her, and I just could not get her off the bed onto the floor. So she had a CPAP machine because she had sleep apnea, so the only thing that I could do was hold that over her face to prevent, oxygen deprivation, which she did end up waking up when she got to the hospital. But so I like to think that maybe that helped a little bit, so that I don't kind of harbor that guilt that anything that, me not moving her, made anything worse than it already was. But I don't think that it did. But because when the firefighters got there, it took 3 firefighters, 2 paramedics, and then my stepdad and I to move her from the bed to a gurney, and then out of the from the bed to the gurney, and then out, because she had a sliding glass door that the gurney and everything wouldn't fit through. So we kind of had to do some wrangling around and stuff. So I can kind of hold, keep that in my mind that there really wasn't anything that I could do. So, but she did die about a month later. And then when she passed away, she was 450 pounds. But the doctors basically said that there was, the last few days, there was just absolutely nothing, any medication or anything that medical science could do to keep her alive anymore. So, because at that point she was basically being kept alive with medications and blood transfusions and all kinds of things, because she had myasthenia gravis. She was on prednisone for 20 years or so, and that caused other diseases, and then that caused another disease, and she ended up having myelodysplastic syndrome and stopped creating red blood cells. So I mean, and this all kind of led back to poor lifestyle, and myasthenia gravis is an autoimmune disorder, and it doesn't really have anything to do with obesity, but the obesity made her myasthenia gravis about probably at least a solid 50% worse than it would have been, because I've talked to people who had the same symptoms and everything she had, and I have not encountered one single person that had the symptoms like she did. And when you're 120 pounds or 130 pounds or even 200 or even 200 pounds, let's just say, it's much easier for your body to deal with an autoimmune disease, especially one that attacks your muscles like that. It's easier for your body to deal with that when you're 200 pounds versus when you're 450 pounds. So, I firmly believe not only that, but she had kidney disease and diabetes, and just like I said, the list goes on and on. So I am fully aware of what is in store for me if I do not lose weight. And so that's where I'm at. And I want to be around for my kids. I am 33 years old. My mom was 63 when she died. I am not okay being alive for only another 30 years. His first 33 years has gone by way too quick, and I've got way too much to see and way too much to do. to only have 30 years left, especially when, you know, the way things are, you got to work until you're 65 or 70 anyways. So when I retire, I want to be able to go and do some things for a few years afterwards. So, you know, and I want to be healthy and not bedridden and not miserable while I'm doing it. So I've got too many things to do, too many things to see. I've got, you know, a couple kids to make sure that I'm taken care of the right way. And, you know, so that is kind of my story. I was rambling a little bit, but, you know, so from here on, I have an appointment in 5 days to start my, kind of find out more about what's in store. You know, I don't know if you have to lose weight before. I have quit smoking. I quit May 28th, so my appointment's June 28th. So I'll be quit 1 month by the time my appointment comes. So that was a pretty big step for me too, because I was a pack-a-day smoker for 17 years. Yeah, I started smoking full time when I was 16. So. And unfortunately, this is the first time in that 17 years that I've actually quit smoking for any length of time. So, so yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself with that. And like I said, I've been going to the gym, and it's actually been really good going with my son. And you know, we both are sore, and so it's good. The other day we got back and I went to go put my hands on the steering wheel, and I could barely even get them up there. So I'm, you know, that's not something that not a feeling that I'm used to, you know, at least, you know. So it's been fun, and I've been proud of myself. So we'll see what the next few months has in store, and I thank you for joining me for my journey. And let's do this. Let's see what I do and how I can hopefully inspire and motivate others, and hopefully others can inspire and motivate me as well. Bye.